Victor 31 Kilo Charlie. Over.
Okay, I got everything. There was a W9 and then the next thing after W9. Could you repeat that, please?
Slash or a stroke. W9 stroke Victor 31 Kilo Charlie. Over.
I got you, sir. Now, what does that mean? Where are you from, and what's that all about? That call sign. Hello, hello.
Sorry, my radio decided to stop transmitting just now. Can you still copy me?
Yes, I think you might be down just a little bit, though, Roger.
Okay, not sure what happened there. But answer to your question, the home call is Victor 31 Kilo Charlie, which is Belize call. I am currently in Waukegan, Illinois. In fact, I believe I spoke to you maybe as much as a month ago, a few weeks ago for sure. I was actually on another radio. But today I'm in the base, I'm on the base radio. Go ahead.
Roger that. I think I remember your call, and I remember trying to figure out what it all meant. You know, when it gets past 3 syllables or 3 letters, I'm lost. You know, oh gosh. Well, anyway, listen. Would you like to fatten that audio up just a little bit? I've got some plans for your radio if you would like.
Okay, I think I have a 3-band EQ is all I have on this radio. I'd sure like to hear your opinion on the audio. Go ahead.
All right, audio is nice and crisp, but you're basically unprocessed audio from the standpoint of the fatness of the signal. So what I would be primarily doing would be, I would suggest to you, if you wanted just a fatter signal, we would right now your dynamic range is somewhere around 10 dB. That is, that what dynamic range is the difference between the loudest part of your audio and the softest part of your audio. And right now, being unprocessed, your audio is kind of moving the full dimensions of the meter from very low to very high. So what I would suggest is that if you took your compressor and put it on about a 3, and put your compressor in line at about a 3, very nominal amount of compression, that starts the fattening process. It's not with a 3 that you're going to be sucking up the mooing of cows in the South 40, but it is a kind of beginning of the fattening process. Roger?
Roger on that. Okay. Well, let me see if I can find a compressor in this menu here. Might be a couple steps to get into that. So give me a few seconds here. Let me just run through this menu and see if I can find compression.
Roger that. Not a problem. It can be called a processor. Sometimes they label it all kinds of weird things, you know. But to me, a compressor is a compressor. So call the thing a compressor. Don't call it a processor, because to me, a processor denotes other capabilities other than compression. If all it does is compress, call it a compressor. Oh, it's well, it's kind of like ICOM calling the EQ control a tone control, where yes, it is a tone control, but most folks perhaps might know it better as equalization or EQ control. And then when you get into that, tone control, as ICOM calls it, they refer to things as treble and bass. You know, to me, that would be high frequency control and low frequency control. But they're technically correct calling it treble and bass, or trouble and bass, as the case may be. Anyway, I was just wondering if you had found your compressor yet.
Sure enough, I have here in the menu something that's called compressor level, and it's got percentage. So it was at 3, and I'm not sure how much. Let me see. Okay, it goes all the way up to 100. So I guess maybe 30, I guess. Let's see. I'm not sure if I have to. Okay, I just set the compression level to 30, and let me know what you think about that. And I did not write your call sign down. They say it's V9 stroke V31KC. Back to you.
Roger. And what's the name there?
The name is Dennis.
Roger, Dennis. Yeah, I think, you know, if that's 0 to 100, then I think 30 would be the best place. That would be probably, you know, the proper place. 30 out of 100. I would put it right there. Roger.
Okay, well, it's at 30 now. That is 30, and I'm not sure where the EQ is at. I think you said the EQ was fine anyway. But that is 30 on the compression, and I do notice a difference here. I think I'm seeing a difference. This is an SDR radio, by the way. If you put that call sign into QRZ, just the way I said it, you'll see a black transceiver on my desk called the QLIT SDR transceiver. That's what I'm talking on currently. Could you give me your call sign for the record there? Go ahead.
Roger. Call sign is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, and I repeat, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, and the name is Jim Juliet India Mike.
Okay, Jim, I think I got it there. KC9VKV, Jim. All right, so did you notice any difference there from 3 to 30 on the compression? Go ahead.
Yes, I did. You're starting to fatten up a little bit audio-wise. Now, can you go to your ALC meter? Can you go to your ALC meter?
Okay. Yeah, there. Let me try that again. Yeah, I don't go into this into the menu of this thing too very often, but there is a transmit audio menu. Transmit menu. I don't see AGC. I don't see any ALC, and for my meter options, I don't think I have an ALC option on my meter. Go ahead.
Roger. I think you probably do, but it's just a matter of finding it. Some of those radios, you just tap the meter and it toggles between different settings. Roger.
Yeah, QSL on that. Okay. Well, I think I need to play with this one some more. That does not work for this. It's got signal on the top and power on the bottom while I'm transmitting. I think it's the same way in receive. Let me see when I'm receiving what it does.
This would be a transmit item. ALC is looking at your audio after the limiter. It is telling you exactly your audio level in transmit. And when you find it, you might take note that when you find your ALC, you want to make an adjustment with your mic gain control to where the ALC meter is moving between mid-scale and 2/3. You want to take it close to max, but stay out of the red. Don't get no red on you. Roger?
Okay, QSL on that. Yeah, I don't see a ALC in any of the menus here. It's the AGC level and the AGC transmit, but I don't see anything for ALC. So I guess we missed something. Yeah, it might be incomplete production here. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, they probably have named it some, it's like ICOM naming, things different. But I tell you where you would find it, in your audio setup for your radio. In the audio setup, they will get you into the ALC mode as you set up your audio. Because, like I say, it's better than a buddy down the street to tell you how your audio level is. It will tell you exactly what your audio level is. And what you want to do is be running from mid-scale to 2/3 on the ALC meter. Now, sometimes, you know, the ALC meter is part of the multimeter that does a lot of things, so you have to look at the ALC excursion, what do they call that? On the meter, they will say ALC, and they'll show the range of the ALC meter. It's not necessarily from hard left to hard right when it's looking at ALC. Sometimes the ALC scale only runs from the left to the middle of the meter. So in that case, you still want to run that, you know, that meter and just to try to stay out of the red. Stay out of the red, and you just run it in the middle of that scale to 2/3. Roger?
Okay, Roger on that there, Jim. Yeah, I do see a little movement behind, but that's corresponding to my SWR. There's a green reading that's showing power, and then a red reading behind it. But that red reading is showing the SWR, so I guess I'll spend some time playing with it and see if there is an ALC option there. But for now, I'm going to have to just stay with this. I just had my wife and my daughter call me to go pick them up, so I'm going to have to cut this one short, Jim. KC9VKV, I'm going to turn it back to you, and then I'll be clear on your final, Jim.
Roger, Dennis. Well, you'll find it there in your audio setup for your transmitter. They will show you. They will be in the ALC mode, so you can set your level. That's what the ALC is all about: setting your mic level to the proper level. So you know, that's why we put the compressor in there and get all that stuff we're going to do first, and then go set the level after we do everything. So we can get an accurate reading, and so we don't over mod. And that ALC is all about keeping your audio from doing nasty things to your neighbors, like trash on the sidebands and stuff. So if you stay within the ALC guidelines, you'll be great. And I recommend mid-scale to 2/3. So Dennis, let me say 3's to you, sir. Have a good afternoon and a good weekend. Good talking at you. And if you get a chance to check back in next Friday. This is KC9VKV, and this is the Qso-Vlog network. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give us. Oh, and Dennis, incidentally, we are recording between now and 5 Eastern Daylight Time, and then posting it up on YouTube within a couple of days. And if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, that would take you to our Qso-Vlog page. And on that page, you'll be looking for Qso entitled My Group Aircheck 51019. Should be on page 1. My Group Aircheck 51019. This is KC9VKV, and if you've got a radio you want to check out, give us a shout.